Yes, it is. Speaking of the match, here we are on Dust Bowl. Dust Bowl, a map some people will say you either love it or you hate it. What we know, it's probably the most played map currently active in Team Fortress 2, certainly the most played map here at the Ville. TV6 rocking the 24/7 Dust Bowl since TF2 came out. I'm personally quite attached to it. This is where I first entered the Ville. It's where I put in probably over 1,000 hours before I even discovered there was something called the forums. Many a happy afternoon spent on Dust Bowl. These two teams, very different, as I mentioned earlier. One of them the most experienced in Cup play, the other the least experienced in Cup play. However, Esquire may be the least experienced in Cup play, but they're probably the most experienced on this map. That team, Snidely, a TV6 regular, and much of his team, thousands and thousands and thousands of playing hours on this specific map. So I always want to know, is that going to be an advantage or a disadvantage when it comes to competition play on it? Certainly they know the map very well, and that is an advantage, you know, every little twist and turn. But on the other hand, you kind of expect certain things to happen. You imagine things are going to go kind of according to the rules for what always happens when you play it, but in comp, that's not what happens. So it could be a disadvantage if something unexpected comes your way. No way to know in advance. All I know is I am ready to see what happens.
I am as well. Let's get them going.
Let's get them going.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the finals championship match of the Ville Cup 2014. It's been a fun ride watching you all get to this point. I'm going to go over the rules here briefly. It's going to be a marathon. We are playing best of three. Best of three. As the higher seed, Esquires to attack first. They will attack. CTB will defend. And in tournament mode, as soon as this first push is done, teams will swap and CTB will push with no... The server will determine the winner. After that, we will take a 5 to 10 minute halftime, and we'll do it all over again with CTB attacking. If y'all split first two matches, we will play a third match. If that happens, we'll take, of course, another 5 to 10 break, and then we will flip a coin to see which team will attack first in that final setting. Captain, are there any...
Flash's voice a little bit broken up, but it was enough to understand. As he was just telling them, we're going to play this. Esquire has the high seed, and they opted to attack first. They're going to attack first. It will immediately swap, and CTB will attack. Then there will be a 5 to 10 minute break, and the reverse will happen. CTB will attack first, and Esquire will defend, with Esquire then attacking second. This is going to be done with stopwatch style. So if those first two matches are split between the two times, there will be another 5 to 10 minute break, and we will have a third attack with the who attacks first determined by a coin flip. Right now we've got Esquire in blue ready to launch their attack on point 1-1. Carpe's Teabaggers defending. We hope you all have got your snacks and used the bathroom, because this could be a long one. Be worth every moment. Snidely has set Esquire to ready status. Looks like they are running 2 demos, 2 medics, 2 soldiers, and a sniper pyro heavy. Over on defense, we see 2 soldiers, 1 demo, 2 medics, a pyro, sniper, engineer, and heavy.
5, 4,
and we are
3,
underway.
2, 1. Mission begins in 60 seconds.
What do you expect to see here?
Your voice went seriously robotic there. But what do I expect to see? I expect to see some very fast moves, especially on map 1. If you let the defense entrench, you're going to get bogged down for a long time. You can't afford that. So I imagine CTB is going to try and do exactly that. They're going to try and entrench as hard as they can. And Esquire is going to throw everything they have at not only capping the first, but then immediately capping the second, trying to back cap it. I haven't seen the engineer from CTB showing up. I'm going to take a look. It looks like he's setting up on the back point to start. Yep, blue and green is building Second point.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
So that's, well, it's not conceding the first point. That is an acknowledgement by CTB of how fast the first and second point can be captured together, because the first point has an overhead route that leads directly to the second point via a protected attic. They know that if they lose the first, they're going to need defenses on the second. And we see a spy, Blackhawk, moving up the center. He's going to the backfield. He did that without a disguise. And he's now running around in the back. He's going to go after that gun. He saps the gun in the backfield. Oh, Blue and Greed gets the wrench, takes out the spy, and he's able to save the gun. Oh, we see that quick fix demo jump. Daryl Dime with Vexen leaping up there. They trade kills. Zuki goes down, and as does Daryl, Cat, and Vexen. Losing Zuki, of course, is painful. She is the heavy, and oh, look at that move. Blackhawk gets up top, takes out Mateo, drops the defensive Uber. That's a big stab.
How about now?
Ah, much better, much better. There's a significant, on stock spawns like this, there's a significant advantage in spawn times to the attacker. There we see the first cap, and we see, oh, Vexen almost goes to the upstairs, changes his mind, goes low, McFool going into the attic. It's 1 point in 106.
Seems like Esquire went with a little bit of a delayed push out there.
They did. A minute 6 is, on the one hand, very fast, but it's also a lot slower than it could be. They got the intel report, no doubt, from their spy that there's a level 3C in the backfield. We see Carpe's Teabaggers stayed alive. They had their entire team of 9 is up and defending, so there was no opportunity for a quick cap. Wise move by CTB to recognize when the first point was lost and get everybody out of dodge, get back and defend what they can defend. The loss of that Uber obviously cost them a little bit of time. That was a good pick by Blackhawk. But we see Coyote and Mateo both at 100% now. They have a significant Uber advantage. We see the spy coming in again. Blackhawk moving in, going towards spawn. He's firing from the spawn area, getting pills shot at him. He's going to go and sap that. Oh, he teleports. He takes the teleporter onto the point. He is identified. He gets the... Oh, but he gets the stab and stab. Stab and stab, excuse me. Nice move again by Blackhawk. He gets the gun down. That's going to hurt defenses, obviously, but they do have the level 3 dispenser still up and the teleport, so if they can hold on long enough to let him get back into the action, he'll have a new level 3 up pretty quickly. Here we see Big is back on point, and Gun is going up on the boxes. Here comes an Uber demo. It's Vexen going in with Daryl Dime. They're going after where that Spencer is. They take out the Spencer. The gun is level 1. It stays alive. He turtles it successfully. Got to get that Spencer back up for his heavy and his demos who are laying down, and his pyro who are laying down fire in every direction. We see a pyro demo medic revving up in the attic behind the one-way. Snidely making sure nobody's coming in off the sniper balcony. Heavy Garrett. Oh, he gets taken down by Sparky with the Crockett. Sparky goes on a killing spree of 5 with that kill. Taking fire from both of the upper balconies here. But so far doing a good job just staying alive, dancing around. Medics over on CTB doing a great job keeping their defenders up. There's a crits deployed. Mateo popping the crits. Oh, he gets taken down, and we see an Uber coming in. That's Snidely on demo, Ubered by Carey. Level 2 sentry on the point gets taken down by OTS Snidely Whiplash.
Counter Uber there with the pyro.
Good job holding it just a little bit longer. But we do see Esquire has a slight player advantage. Now they've got a big player advantage. You got a spy gets in there and saps the dispenser. That hurts. That dispenser was very nearly down, it looks like. Got touched and it immediately went down. Engineer was trying to get his gun back up. So hard to juggle everything when you're taking fire from 3 directions. but doing a good job. Gets the Spencer, working it back up. Level 1 sentry gun. You see he's moving the sentry gun every time he rebuilds it. That way it's just a hair less predictable, a little easier to catch one or two of the attackers before they realize where it is. Now picking it up and moving it again. He's going to set it back where he had it before, if he can get it on there. That's a touchy little place to put it, and we see the spy, once again, Blackhawk, run into the backfield. He's getting pounded by stickies. They know where he is, but he was dead wrong, so that's not going to do anything. He doesn't have a teleport he can take now. He's going to try and run in the backfield, but they know exactly where he is. They're looking for him. Sparky sacrifices himself on the kill. A little bit closer than he wanted to when he shot him, but looks like all the engineering gear got taken down, and now Snidely is on the point. He's going to have company very fast, though. He goes down. Mateo and Zuki. Mateo with the Uber Saw kill on the encroaching demo. This is it for Esquire moving in here. They have it. They're going to get the second point shortly as soon as they turn that Uber off, and that Pyro is... Oh, Pyro gets on the point. There it is. 537. That's a pretty solid defense. Excuse me, by Carpe's Teabaggers. 537. A respectable time, but they're going to... That's a vulnerable time. This point can definitely be pushed faster than that.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
We now, of course, are going to see the continuation. Esquire's going to be pushing against point 2. Positioning of the sentry gun is going to be vital here. There are several different places where it could be quite good, but with only one sentry gun, you have to choose your spot wisely. There's no best answer, so we're going to have to see what they do. Wouldn't be surprised to see some of the players sacrifice themselves to provide metal to the engineer. He's in a pretty good metal spot, but more metal does not hurt. Gets that gun up right over the lower back entrance. Sees a large part of the yard. It can turn and cover both the alley and the stairs. Not a bad spot. Most vulnerable point for it in terms of being counterattacked is going to be an engineer, or sorry, a demo man firing on it from the edge of the silo where he's protected from flank fire and can hit it without being endangered. But you have to know where it is first. And we see Blackhawk as the spy running out into the backfield. He goes into the sniper house. McFool and Daryl Dime coming out with an Uber around the side. They get all the way around the barn before they have to pop it. Double Uber's coming in. That was a very good side move by Esquire to get around the side of the barn. Normally you have to pop the Uber to get out of the ditch. That one they got all the way into the field before using it. Now, of course, we see the counter Uber from CTB. Oh, and he just picks up in time where he needs to go to help defend that gun. Oh, we see the spy has come through the teleport again. And the gun goes down. The defensive sentry goes down to a combination of heavy combo and some stickies.
Level 3. Offensive level 3 pushing up there by the little shack.
That's a wise move we see, and the Rescue Ranger reloading it. It's 6:37 when the third point is captured. That's 1 minute of play time to cap. That's a very good time on point 2-1. Now for point 2-2, this is one where you can make or break your entire push. We see a lot of pushes on pubs stall right here. Teams stacking up behind the one-way gate, giving time to entrench on final. You only need one sentry gun to hold the final, that's for sure. But you have to put it in the right place, and your team needs to defend it well. Here they are holding the tunnel as much as they can, trying to keep the other team from moving in. They're about to get torn apart. Here comes the Uber. Oh, but nice job. Coyote gets away. Coyote keeps alive his partial quick fix charge. And we see Big has his gun, level 3, up in the corner. Now there's an Uber demo off the opposite flank. That is the danger zone for that particular gun placement on this map, and he takes it down very effectively using the lock and load. That's Snidely. Oh, and we see Blackhawk in there with the stab on Coyote. Nicely done by Blackhawk. He's being very effective. Have to love what he's doing. Even when he's being seen.
This is definitely my favorite point of Dust Bowl right here, the second on stage 2.
This is the challenge. It's a strategic challenge. It's a much more open point than a lot of them are, so you don't have the narrow chokes to spam quite as much. They can come in from 4 different entries into the arena that's often called the backyard. Oh, good turn and shot by Reaper there to take down half of Blackhawk. He did wrong. You see the big push coming in rock side. Esquire pulling all the stops out, trying to go in the rock side. They're trying to bring in a gun as well. They've got a sentry gun, probably a level 3. Yep, that's a level 3 coming up on the rock side stairs. That will provide cover fire to the center. They're easily taking that. 8 minutes 22. Nice push around the alternate approach by Esquire. They didn't go the predictable route. They went low and by the rocks.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
The maneuver they used to take out the defensive sentry on 2-2 there was one that was certainly benefited by having a lot of experience on this map. They knew approximately where that was going to be, and they knew exactly how to get it, so they went and took it out. A gun in that spot, very hard to take if you attack it from the right-hand side. When attacking from the left with a demo man, it's wide open.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Let's take a look at the defense. We see ourselves a mini sentry on defense. I'm not going to hide my disappointment at that. I don't like mini sentries on defense, especially not on Dust Bowl. But, hey, I can be proven wrong. We'll see what it does. See the team building up. They've got a woodpile dispenser, and do they have a teleport? They do have a teleport in the loading dock, so they can still feed people through there. See what kind of fire goes out. There's going to be a wrangled level 3 on the offensive side. A wrangled level 3. You see the jumpers coming in and around. They already took out the mini sentry. Sorry about clipping out there. That was a bloodbath. And looks like CTB came out slightly better for it. But remember, attackers have a massive advantage in terms of respawn time, and they do have a spy going to the backfield. That's Blackhawk. He's going to come around from the back. He is not disguised at the moment. He's going to be seen immediately. Oh, demo jumper. That's a good demo jump right there. Another mini up on the point. Oh, it's earning its keep this time. Demo jumping, a very effective way to get to the point if a team makes the mistake of building a only sentry gun too far in on the defensive left. But at the moment, they seem to be avoiding that, putting their mini on their right. The offensive level 3 sentry, excellent job at kind of keeping the home base secure for Esquire. They are getting stacked up here a little more than they would like to for offense on Dust Bowl. Ooh, a nice shot by Joel takes out Blackhawk. I believe that was a proper kill, not just a dead ring. But we see here comes another Metagun, another Uber ready. It's about to be a second. Here's a double Uber, Soldier and Demo coming in. That's going to clean off... Oh, we see the teleport Exodus move to the nice spot behind the point. That often gets missed by teams that are clearing and advancing. The mini-sentry still staying upright, perhaps helped by the fact that it's very hard to land a sticky bomb on top of that particular location. Only 4 defenders alive, but they do a good job holding off the Esquire push. Here come the Teabaggers. They've respawned. There's Blackhawk. Oh, he gets spotted. Reaper takes him out. Good attention, but he's dead wrong. He's on the point. He's going to cloak out on point. He should have just been seen. He's going to get Zuki, though. Oh, didn't get the message. There's the shot. That takes out the sentry gun. They've spotted the teleporting back. It has been sapped. First point capped. 10:39 for 5 points.
A long time to try to defend this final here.
It is a long time to defend the final. It can be done, but I don't know if it's been done in these conditions against such good teams with 9s. Much harder that way when you don't have multiple sentries you can use, multiple heavies, etc. Esquire pushing up to the forward operating base there. Oh, nice little attempt by Diggy to get that gun up. It gets taken down though immediately. There was somebody waiting for it. McFool snipes it, in fact. You see Reaper is working just defense blocking down in the tunnel underneath. Looks like there's another pair of Ubers, 2 Ubers ready, one going in with Garrett on the heavy. They're going to walk that in. They're holding the second just a moment to make a second push. Here goes the second one. This is on Vexen as a demo. They're meeting a counter Uber also on a demo. Standard Ubers are very much the way to go on Dust Bowl, especially on defense. Offense, you can use a standard and a crits, but I prefer standard any day. Nice defense there by CTB. That was a heavy push, but ooh, here we see... Oh, Garrett gets in there, but he gets taken down by a crit. Snidely over in the building, side building with the demo spam at long, defending himself. A couple of nice fortuitous crits there to help himself. He's trying to get that mini sentry. Oh, Zuki went to go get him, but Blackhawk there with the stab. Sparky gets up and is able to take him out. Follows up with Blackhawk using his shotgun. Nicely done by Sparky.
Blackhawk with some nice moves hopping across the gap there.
Yeah, Blackhawk is a good spy. He's dancing all over the place. So hard to keep track of him where he is. CTB's been doing a good job, but even when they can see him, he manages to get a kill or two in before he goes down. And as a spy, that's your life.
Esquire getting the base set up at the corner.
Yep, Esquire just setting up now. It's so important that they have a teleport up there. They have the spawn advantage, but they lose that if they don't have a teleport to get their men to the front. Oh, there we see a banner from Cat Square. A spy on
Teleport's taking them around that first corner, a little bit back from the choke point there.
It's a defensive sort of place to put your attack teleport. It's a valid spot, obviously. It means that if you happen to get wiped in the front, you don't lose your teleport, and you can set up your second line of attack much closer. Oh, a little jump there by Snidely. Goes up and over the defending line, catches them off guard, lands on the point. They have to turn around to defend. Zuki beating Garrett in a little heavy duel there. Chewy Ham's going to try and set up a gun watching final. That's an incredibly dangerous move if you are a defender, and he's going to get that thing up. That's probably going to be it. I have not seen many teams that can come back from a gun pointed at the final spawn. We need to soldier up fast firing at it. It might be a hair too far away. It doesn't quite hit everything, but look at what it's still doing. It's still shooting in there, and Blackhawk might be able to capture that himself. Oh, he goes down, but here comes Vexen. That's going to do it. Just needs to stand on it. Oop. A little lag in the air. Garrett gets the final cap at 14:20. So the time has been set. 14:20 to the 6th point. Esquire making an initial full cap out.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Nice being able to push first there. You don't have to sit and watch the clock like CTB is going to have to do.
Exactly. You just push, you set your time, and then you can defend to the clock. Of course, some people also prefer to defend first because they like knowing what they have to do when they attack, if they have to make a panic move or not. So, again, schools of thought vary. No one answer is right or wrong, but we're about to find out what the Teabaggers have in store. Just in terms of pacing, Esquire was 1:06 to the first and 5:37 to the second. I think that's probably the point where CTB has the biggest possibility of making up some minutes. That 4.5 minutes to get from first to second point is a long time for experienced Dust Bowl players to do that. So we'll see what CTB can do. Ooh, a tactical move there by Carpe, spamming gifts right as they start. Perhaps to catch people's HUDs unaware. Slight delay trying to get any offensive Ubers to pop early. They didn't fall for the bait, but we see Zuki going out with the Grooze. Gets to the point, but Vexen and Vexen and Carry waiting Vexen on Pyro now to air blast the combo off. All the Ubers have been used. Sentry gun is in the backfield, on the back of the first point. Chewham still alive. He stands below and is using the Rescue Ranger with his dispenser to keep that gun alive. That's a pretty good plan. It's going to be hard. Oh, as I was about to say, it's going to be hard to take down. It goes down. A good move by CTB to take that. They're going to get the first point. They have 13:25 remaining. That makes them a hair faster than Esquire was.
Carpe was there on that second point. He got a tiny bit of a cap in before they realized he was behind them.
Yes, he did. There's now a level 2 sentry going up on the boxes. We'll see if CTB can do the monster push they need right here, right now. They have, let's see, 100% 100% Ubers. Now's the time to use them. Both teams have a dual 100 Ubers. This will be messy when this happens. The gun should go down. Ooh, we see one was used on defense, but none on offense. There's the first offensive pop. Nice air shot by Sparky, taking out Chewyham. The engineer is down. The gun goes down. They're using the second Uber defensively on the points. As soon as that's off, CTB needs to be on there if they want to catch up some ground. There we see Zuki versus Medic versus Soldier. Ooh, this is everybody versus everybody here. Blackhawk with the slash. Blackhawk, the only defender alive as a spy, but oh, look at that. Carpe gets in there as a pyro. Pyro's a great class here. You can air blast others off. There we go. Nicely done. 12:08 the time remaining, which means that they are making good time. They are well ahead of the pace. The pace for right there would have been...
Mission begins in 60
Sorry, when it's doing
seconds.
reverse numbers, I have to do the math quickly. It would have been about 9 minutes remaining, so they're around 3 minutes ahead of the pace. Yeah, that's 2 minutes 12 seconds to capture the second point, as opposed to 5 minutes 37 seconds. However, Esquire sped up and took only 1 minute to capture the next point here. Oh, there we see Blackhawk. Yeah, Blackhawk suiciding to provide metal to his engineer. An excellent tactic on this map to get those guns up quickly, because you have time to respawn and get to the point if your NG gives you a teleport.
Also having their soldier whip that NG around to help them
Mission
move quicker.
begins in 10 seconds.
A good call, and I believe I just heard something come up.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I don't see that. There's the teleport. He built a teleport instead of a dispenser. Make sure his teammates could get back to the front quickly after they sacrificed to help him. They helped him, he helped them. There's the jumper Ubers. Trying to knock that gun out, not quite able to. Ooh, we see their scout bonking away Carpe all the way to the backfield. He's going to try and take out the teleport, no doubt, if somebody doesn't catch him. Ooh, wrong weapon out. Wrong weapon out for that. Nicely done by Carpe to get to the backfield. The demo, unfortunately for him, did not have a sticky bomb launcher out and was not able to take down that sentry gun. He had a great opportunity with the Uber. Sentry's now level 3. Not seeing a dispenser still on defense. Might hamstring him in the long run, but not sure. We'll find out. He may have it in another location that I'm just not looking at. Zuki crawling in the window underneath. Oh, gun goes down. Reaper takes it out with some long-range rocket fire. Zuki coming up the inside stairs. Once Blue has that position, there's no turning him back. There's the cap. 10:56 remaining.
Carpe's gone back to Pyro after he made his scout run to get the telly.
Not a bad idea. Carpe a fantastic pyro. Also scout almost useless against the second point. Very effective at the first point. They were seeing the an alternate spawn or sentry position there. Oh, nice stab by Blackhawk, ending the threat from Carpe. Sentry on the right-hand side L1 pressed up against the forward wall. That forward mezzanine is a good shield spot. Oh, we see Uber's popped in the backyard, coming around to the front yard. Zuki's going to know where that gun is. She's going to take it out point blank. This is a move. This is big time here. Yep, Teabaggers are going to be on there. They got it. 10 minutes, 12 seconds. Teabaggers blazing through this map. They took 4 points in less time than their compadres there. Took 5 points. 10 minutes, 12 means that they are only
60 seconds.
4 minutes and 8 seconds in. So they have finished first 2 maps in less time than it took to finish just the first map for Esquire. Teabaggers bringing the heat.
One big difference between the Cup play and TB6 pub play is that restriction on engineers to 1. Most players who play TB6 are used to being able to throw up 2 big sentries on defense.
That is a huge difference. Absolutely. It utterly changes the strategy necessary, or the tactics necessary, I should say, to defend a point when you can't have a sentry on each side of it. You have to pick your primary danger and dedicate some of your few players to guarding the other side. And yeah, it's a big tactical decision.
1.
Chewy Ham's got that level 3 up by the board.
Good spot. Let's see if it's... Oh, Pyro meets Pyro. That's a good use of the air blast by Vexen there. You see both the Ubers coming out. They're going to try and take him down. Down goes the gun. Tentacle with the sticky bombs over the corner to get it. That is the most effective way against the gun in that position. That's actually... yeah, that's my favorite position to put a gun as well. Oh, we see the nice mini through the upstairs window there. A nice placement by offensive engineer Blue and Green. Add a little distraction to the game up there. The thing about having a gun over there is without a teleport on that side, it's very hard to get a gun back in that position. We're going to see Chewy try and do it. Here he comes.
Carpe is bonked.
Spencer up first.
The defense again.
He's going to go look and see if he can find a teleport to take out. After that initial push didn't quite make it. Oh, we see they're putting a gun over on the stairs in the choke point. That's an acceptable place for fighting in the big open area, but once he moves it forward, that gun does not see the point, and it's very vulnerable to demo jumpers. Demo jumper on the point is not going to get hit by that gun. We see an Uber on getting shaken up and launched backwards there.
Mick Fool and the Pyro chased down Carpe in a hiding spot and got rid of him before he put any damage in the backfield.
Biggie with another window gun, but Snidely's on top of it. He gets rid of it right quick. CTB now getting pushed back a little more, and we see this is a good defense by Esquire. After that big initial push, they were briefly in a spot of bother, but that's been ended now. And we see, just yeoman's work by Vexen with that air blast, keeping those Ubers back, just breaking up every push. Also his flare gun just knocking people around.
I do not think that Esquire has a cover that.
That could well be. Oh, there goes the, okay, this is for this point. Down goes the gear. No teleport. The entire CTB is on it. 8:06 remaining. And they're going to make their push on final. 8 minutes and 6 seconds to do the push. When it was the other way around, it took Esquire just a bit under 4 minutes. Looks about 3 minutes and 41 seconds, I think that is, for them to cap out. So we'll see if Teabaggers can do it in a little bit closer to double that.
Esquire putting up a strong defense at the corner here. They're not wanting to give it up as easily as CTB did.
Yeah, that forward base is a valuable spot to be. Sparky getting blasted around there. Makes it through for a moment, is shotgunned by McFool. Yeah, once the team is entrenched in that base, it takes a full-scale push. Defend it. Oh, Esquire's in deep trouble. Look at those numbers. CTB is going to get all over the point. A shot by Garrett takes out. That was very nearly it right there. If CTB just pushes hard and gets in there, they can walk onto this point and take it. Look at that sentry gun placement. This is it. This is all going to be... Oh, wow. How close is that? How close is that? Look at that. Heroic work by the engineer and the medic staying on there and capping that out. I didn't even see the time.
Great first round, everybody. Great first round. We're going to take a 5 to 10 minute break here. This next time, CTB will push first.
I did not see the time because it cleared the clock so fast. Something around 7 minutes, I think, was remaining on the clock. So CTB with the first round win. The ball is in their court. Map resetting. We'll be back in a split second.
We'll be able to see here on the replay of the broadcast what that time was. I'll let you know in just a second.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching on my other monitor. Inner, of course, pointing out over there. This is the end of the reign of terror that teams with 4-letter acronym names had. Neither of these teams, Esquire or the Teabaggers, is sporting a 4-letter acronym this year, so we will not see a team like that win. Fist and Tool were the only teams with 4-letter tags this year. Tool, not even an acronym really, but we probably would have let it count for the sake of keeping up a good superstition. But no, these two teams having none of it. The four-letter name thing was 3 consecutive years. It was Hero, followed by, let's see, SNEX, and finally Time. Heroically expendable reinforcement operatives, superfluous nipples equal success, and team innards meet explosion.
What do you think about that first round there?
Well, we certainly saw fast play, just like we were talking about. It was, I mean, the teams were relentless. I think we saw, I'm very surprised at the defensive mini-sentry, but who am I to say? And I'm just watching the final cap to get a time right now. What's that? 6 minutes 57 was the final time.
6:57?
6:57 on the clock was the final cap-out time in that first one. 6:57 remaining, I should say. So 7 minutes and 23 seconds total time elapsed. So yeah, that was one of the things we've talked about throughout the Ville Cup has been the Teabaggers' ability to stay alive, their kind of sense of moving as a team and not getting themselves en masse into situations they can't recover from. I think that really helped them there when they needed to pull back a large group. And we saw they had numbers advantage frequently, and then on that final push they just had so many people alive. They were able to throw person after person at it, even after some pretty solid defenses. And the fact that we had, an engineer-medic combo were the last ones standing, and they're the ones that captured the point in the end. You just love to see that. You love to see that. So many times, especially on pubbing and such, you get teams where some of the support classes, the snipers, the engineers, etc., won't push when the rest of the team does, and you don't get a capture as a result. You don't see that here. You see them just flinging themselves into the action, and that's just awesome.
Soldiers of blood is spy! Soldiers of blood is spy! Spy in our midst, men! Help!
Captain, you do not have to take this full time on this break if you don't want to. Just let me know.
It looks like we have a sub-in on Esquire. It looks like Big Biker coming in, and Blackhawk has logged off. Esquire has readied up. They are on defense first this time. I wouldn't be surprised to see Esquire do the same thing as CTB did and do their initial NG build on the back. Hate to see that mostly, because I don't like the idea of conceding a point, but they lost so much time. More than half the difference, I believe, between the two teams was lost on point 1-2. It was a total difference of 6:57, and difference on that point, not quite half, but 3 minutes 25 on just that point.
And we're underway.
We are indeed underway. Second match, CTB versus Esquire. CTB on the attack, Esquire defending. CTB took the first match by 6 minutes 57 seconds total, with a cap time of 7:23.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Take it up, sir. I am going to strangle you with your own frilly training bra.
You think CTB is going to stick with what they know works, or try to change it up to surprise Esquire a little?
Well, I think we're already seeing Esquire not doing a forward engineer. Their engineer is in the backfield. So they're changing over to do what CTB did. I think CTB is going to try and do the exact same thing on the front. It worked pretty well for them. And so they're going to try that once, just to see what they run into. There's that slight delay on the initial attack with the Uber. We see Zook coming out with the GRUs and the Uber, just like we saw last time, same side. However, she's getting caught up here. Oh, she takes out Daryl. Nicely done. She gets the medic kill. They're walking up the center there, and there comes the demo jump up the side. This is almost the exact same attack we saw last time. Same sequence, just minus the sentry gun. And that's going to be a very fast cap, 26 seconds out the gate by CTB. Zuki going through the upper. There's the defense in the upper heavy. He rapidly books it out of dodge. We see the Uber and the level 3 in there on the final. The sentry gun is out of ammo. That engineer's in deep trouble. A lot of explosives around him. Oh, down he goes, and down goes the medic that was helping him. The sentry gun is damaged. I believe it's out of ammo. The other team doesn't know that, but ooh, this could be dangerous if a push happened this moment. I don't think it's going to, though. Carpe teabaggers are just sitting somewhere in the backfield building up. We're not seeing hide nor hair of them at the final. There they are, finally peeking out. Here comes an Uber with Joel in the middle. They're just going past. Oh, but they can't run past McFool. That Pyro is going to break up their attempt to run to the back. Pyro goes down.
Medic heavy coming out of that upstairs area.
They're going to run into a wrangled level 3 in a minute if they come down there. Their Pyro Carpe is scouting ahead. Yep, Mateo at 95, 6, 7. Carpe got found and torn apart. Now that they have that Uber ready, they're waiting for some backup before they come out. Here comes the Uber. It's going down to final against the... and there's the wrangle. Good job by Mateo, drawing the fire and blocking it. However, that gun is both wrangled and being ranged. The gun is going to survive. Not by a heck of a lot, I don't think, but it does survive most certainly. A good job by Chewie, who dies to save it, but the gun in turn helps save the point, so worthwhile. A much, much more formidable defense this time around by Esquire. CTB having all kinds of trouble getting in there with that sentry gun fully built.
Definitely a slower to get this second point than they were last round.
That's a fact. Yeah, having the gun pre-built in the backfield makes all the difference in the world for that. Normally, you don't see that just because you defend the first point, you defend the point you're at. But in this case, it was a wise move for them to back up a little bit, because it's so hard to hold the first point. The first point on here cannot be held against a competent attacker for
blue and green
more than a couple minutes.
Base built up in the upper left for blue there. It's got a telly and a dispenser up.
Now that right there is what you do typically see on a pub. You see the teleport dispenser and often a gun coming up there. And teabaggers are going to want to be careful about relying on that too heavily, because if you do what's typical on a pub against Esquire, Esquire will know exactly what that is, and they will have none of it. Waited too long before turning back to the sentry. Sentry does go down after the heavy medic, however, had died. If they had taken that sentry gun a moment sooner, gotten it before it got them, they would have had 3 people instead of none in the last area. They're able to knock out the gear, but they're not able to follow up the push. Here's an attempt. We're going to see Reaper moving in, Ubered with Mateo.
The final control point is being contested.
Ooh, this is another threat. Oh, Sparky in there. Goes down. Only 2 attackers remaining. Carpe and Joel up. Esquire doing a great job this time being the ones to stay alive.
Little base still surviving up there in the attic. With no gun defending it, I'm surprised Esquire has to try to go up there and take it out.
I think Esquire knows they don't need to. That base is not really a threat to a team like them. Not on a 9-person server with only 1 heavy. They also know that if they send people up in there to take it out, those are folks who aren't able to defend the point, and the point is the objective. They can defend all day long against pushes coming out of that gate if that's where the focus is. The gate needs to be combined with something else more effective in order to really be any use against a team like this.
Coming up on 3 minutes 15 seconds left to get this cap off.
Yep. I think CTB has they've lost the momentum. They're a little confused. They're not sure where they need to be. So they're not they're going in piecemeal, or they're not taking advantage of good situations when they get them like they were before. They need to breathe. Someone needs to assert voice command of the team and get another push or two going here. There's only really time for 2 more Ubers, maybe 3 if they have good patience. But just stepping out and pot-shotting at long range isn't going to do anything to hurt the other team. The Pool going around back is going to try and flank some folks. They might get some trouble from behind if he doesn't get eliminated. Now that same gun, heavy, and dispenser have been sitting in that corner, firing endlessly for quite some time. Have not been taken out. They've sat there providing endless defense. Would not be a bad idea. Oh, there we go. I was going to say, CTB needs a spy. I see Carpe has just swapped over to be a spy. They need to change something up, because what they're doing is not going to work.
Minute and a half left to get this one done.
Yep, that would be devastating to their chances if they get stuck here and aren't able to make the push to take this out. Obviously, if that happens, there's a 3rd round. But, yeah, not getting through .12 is a bad omen. They have time for 1 more Uber. They need to charge their people up, stay alive, and they need to attack as a group.
Oh, Snidely took out that little base in the attic just now.
And Carpe is back off of Spy. Working on the gun. Gun finally goes down. 30 seconds left. The gun is down. They only have 3 people. And the engineer stayed alive and is rebuilding already. This is going to be a hold by Esquire on this point. After what we saw the first time, I definitely was not expecting that to happen. Excellent work by Esquire holding that point, defending it .12. Very impressive. Especially after what we just saw a moment ago. What a turnaround. Esquire now merely needs to capture the 2nd point in any amount of time. After that 26-second cap on the first, I thought CTB was going to blow through. No, not at all.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
And I crashed there.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Doctor!
A very impressive hold on point 1-2 by Esquire. Now all they need to do is capture the second point, and they will win the
Mission
second
begins in 10
match
seconds.
and force a third one. If, on the other hand, the Teabaggers can actually hold the second point as well, which is possible, entirely possible, we saw them do it for 5.5 minutes the first time, then they would actually get the win and win the entire cup. So as long as they hold for more than 27 seconds, or more than 26 seconds on this first point,
Mission ends in
they
10
need to
seconds.
hold the second point for all it's worth.
5, 4, 3.
There we see that countdown, 3, 2, 1. Alright, it's now in Esquire's hand. Esquire needs the first and second point. Good flank move by Cat Square there, getting up on the side balcony.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
At this point, CTB needs to go back to the second point, defend the second point, because they've already done as much as they can on the first. We see they have level 3. It's going to get blown up by stickies right there. Esquire, big advantage. Oh, good kill by Sparky there. That will buy them a moment to try and get a little more setup. CTV needs to get its players on there because they have to hold this point for 7 minutes and 45 seconds.
Looks like Blue and Green going with a similar NG setup as we saw Esquire use.
Yep, that's also a similar spot to where he put it in the first round, which lasted for quite some time. Not quite as long as it did for Esquire, but lasted quite some time. You notice only the one member of Esquire up in the attic. The rest of them building up in the backfield down low, looking for alternate routes in, using different tactics. Try something other than what they just saw stall out. Now there's the NG going up there. Here comes an Uber. And it meets another Uber. Carpe is Ubered in return. Air blasts it back. Nicely done. That will drive off Vexen and company. Snidely over the top. With the sticky bombs, takes out Sparky. Engineer is kind of by himself. There's some extra help. Oh, Biker with the sniper takes out Zuki. Engineer is kind of by himself on the point, which makes him vulnerable to a concerted push. He can handle 1 or 2 at a time like that, but too many more and he'll be wiped out. The rest of the team just should keep that in mind. When you're on defense here, there's no need for you to attack. You just sit pretty right where you are, just like we saw Esquire do, and the enemy has to come to you. And when they do, you have the advantage. Chewie sticking mini sentries out that door a couple times there. Getting taken out repeatedly. Looks like he was about to peek out to do a third, but Zuki's standing there waiting. I don't think so.
She managed to get in that cage a few minutes ago and took out one player before they got.
It's worthwhile if you can take out the medic building up, but it's dangerous to do because it isolates you from the point, and especially with a high-value player like the only heavy you're allowed to have on the team, that's a dangerous move. Fun, for sure, but dangerous. They're being
Targeting her there.
Yeah, they're being very aggressive with their heavy on defense. Nothing wrong with that. Just it's a very different tactic than what we saw. We saw in the previous Garrett kind of acting like a semi-mobile sentry gun, just standing down near the point, spraying bullets pretty much continuously for the entire match. There comes an Uber, it's on a pyro, gets air blasted back. Oh, and double air blast back. McCool gets taken off the carry, loses the Uber, has to retreat. Back up goes to Garrett. Garrett gets pushed back. Most of the Uber is burned, however, Zuki goes down, sentry gun goes down from Chewy Ham. Defensive sentry gun still there. Garrett wipes out Carpe.
And he's still alive up there, hoping somebody's going to let him back in that gate.
Yep, there are a lot of rockets going his way, but he gets back in safely. Makes it back in with about 25% health. CTB just needs to stay back towards the point. No need for them to be attacking. They get a kill, it only gives them about 10 seconds before the same person's back in, but if they die, it's about 20 seconds before they come back. And they're the ones with the objective card.
It takes a lot of discipline to hold back and not push forward.
It really does, but that's just about the one thing that makes a base behind this gate effective, the pub base, is if the defender pushes ahead of that bridge, you run right down behind him and can cap the point so quickly that they just can't get back to it. Here we see Pyro Uber versus Pyro Uber, defense versus offense, and the defense is going to successfully push back the attack. Garrett's still dancing around on the side stairs. He is dangerous there. He's not going to be able to move down by himself, but nobody on defense is going to be able to move up either. Another nice shot by Biker. Biker picking on Zuki. Oh, that was a good kill. That demo Uber is deadly right there. This is going to do it. There's no reason for Esquire not to get this point right now. There it is. Esquire wins the second match of the night.
Great round, everybody. Great round. We will take a 5 to 10 minute break, as short or long as y'all need. Captains, please each Steam message me a number between 1 and 10.
Alright, so what we just saw there was the first two matches split. The first match to the Teabaggers, the second match to Esquire. The captains are now sending a selected number between 1 and 10 to Joel. Sorry, to Joel, I'm looking at the stats. To Flash. Flash is flipping a coin, so to speak, and going to figure out who gets to pick.
Carpe's number's in, waiting on Snidely.
Yeah, move up.
And there it is. Number was 4, Carpe had 5, Snidely had 6.
So it will be Carpe's choice, so whether he wishes to attack or defend first.
Carpe picked 5, Snidely picked 6, the number was 4. Carpe, your choice, attack or defend first.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Carpe pick to defend first. That worked for them the first time, and it would give them a moment to clear their minds after this very unsuccessful attack this time. But
Alright, Carpe would like to defend first, so
yep,
we're
there it
going
is.
to reload the map, and everybody come back on the colors you're on right now.
Alrighty. We've got third round. This is the one that will determine the champion of the 2014 Ville Cup coming right up. The Carpe Teabaggers will be defending first. Esquire will be attacking first, a repeat of what we saw the first time around, and of course CTB is hoping for a repeat of what we saw the first time around. Having it go to the third and final tie-breaking match is exactly what we would expect, given the nature of this entire cup and all of these teams that are so very even. Never know what we're going to see.
We give the teams all the time they need here to refuel and be ready for this final match. So just during the break there, we saw Daryl Dime informed his team that he had to leave unexpectedly, so Big Biker is back in for this final match.
Biker as a sniper we saw very effective. That does change, however, the dynamic for Esquire because Chewy Ham is now a medic. Daryl has been one of their medics. Biker in his first Ville Cup, getting plenty of good play tonight.
So this is it for all the marbles. Any predictions?
I would not presume to guess after everything we have seen in this cup. I think we're going to see both teams go all out and trying new things. Esquire, obviously, they succeeded on the last one, but they've not actually had the best of attacks on .12. Obviously, CTB had a bit of trouble with that as well the second time, but yeah, I think they're going to try and change things up a little bit. No, I don't know what we're going to see. I can't wait to see it, though.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is it for all the marbles and the spinning Ville Cup 2014 trophy. The winner of this session here will take home the gold. We appreciate everybody's participation this year, and we look forward to seeing how it plays out. Good luck and have fun.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mission begins in 60 seconds.
And here we go.
Underway on the final round of the Ville Cup 2014 finals. Between the Teabaggers and Esquire, these two teams split against each other during regular season play. They split against each other the first two matches of the finals tonight, and they cannot split this one. This is going to be a winner one way or another, getting their name on the wall.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Thanks, Doc. Thanks, Doc. I am charged.
We see Engineer
Mission begins
remaining in the
10
backfield.
seconds.
Big getting built on final, no doubt. Sticky traps coming in on cat building and main door.
2, 1.
Medic sitting with both soldiers over on left side. That's with the standing medic. The attacking bombers coming out forces the pop of the medic. Revexa goes down and Cat Square does as well. Coyote just staying alive. Healing up. What a barrage of fire from Sparky and the Reaper.
Only Tentacle over there near that left spam it. There, they finally got him.
First player on Teabagger Square. Now we see the attack wave fully moving out into the open for Esquire. Oh! Chewie takes a crit rocket and drops the Uber. Carrie still has an Uber, but that hurts. That was an Uber-ready heavy about to walk about a valley, and a nice separation there as the Pyro gets removed as well. Have to switch over to Snidely on demo. And they meet an Uber, a better Uber on the defense as well. It's going to block that. However, look at that. There's a Spy overhead. Spy is going to get found. Lonely Tentacle bottling down Blackhawk. Who is
Blue and green all set up on the second point with his base. Level 3 sentry spot. Nothing different from that last round.
Zuki down, we see Tentacle with the sticky trap, takes out the encroaching heavy. He's got a good trap there if he can stay alive. Oh, he goes down, Snidely takes him out with the stickies from behind. There's nobody left to defend on the first. So that'll be the first capture time in 1 minute 41. That's 35 seconds slower than they did the first half. Let's see what they can do in the second. Here we see all those folks packing up on the point briefly. Have to be careful with crits, but that is generally what you want to do, is stay near the point. Don't want to focus on anything else. Watch that Crockett there. Those random Crockets can be absolute murder. Here comes an Uber on the final. Double Uber. It's a demo and a heavy boss. I believe a moment of pyro as well in there. It's a lot of damage done. That's a good quick cap. 2 minutes, 28 seconds for the second cap. That's just slightly behind the very, very speedy time that CTB set in the first round.
Mission begins in 60 seconds. Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Blue and green going for the same sentry placement this time as they did last time, setting it on the upper ledge just outside the door.
Moving out. That was getting heavy.
I pulled it back slightly there.
Yeah.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
Gives it just a hair more cover against sticky bombs from the barn side.
3, 2.
Lost a lot of time though on that upgrade. He did get his Spencer and his teleport constructed at least. He's going to have to hope he stays alive long enough to get that gun fully up. It is tier 2 there. We see an Uber Pyro coming out off the barn over on the side. Oh, and it takes out Vexen from there. And it is now level 3, so good work on the engine, getting that fully built with all the supplies.
Mateo sitting 100% on the Uber, just saving for defense.
gun now taking some fire from an angle it can't readily hit, close to the hard right. And here comes an Uber up the alley on a demo. And we see the Uber Pyro to push it back. That is a jump that cannot be made if you're receiving any knockback at all. It's a mini sentry over on the far left next to the gun, next to the barn. It gets taken out. Sparky Joni on the spot.
Got a demo in the backfield, snidely past the point, just chasing down Coyote the medic and hitting him.
That's an effective kill by Snidely. And there's a large push in the center. We see another mini sentry coming up. Esquire trying to take the yard.
We then had Snidely in a demo bottle battle in that little maintenance shed.
Alert. The control point is being
See,
contested.
one survivor comes out of that mess. Cat Square stays alive. He's going to solo the cat.
Time has been added.
4:04 the time.
Already a mini sentry and a push on
The final
second
control
here.
point is being contested.
Yes, engineer on the point there. Aggressive engineering move. No defensive sentry yet in place.
A little mini got dropped, I think.
Blue and green spending way too much time choosing where to put a sentry. Perhaps he doesn't have the metal. I think he doesn't have the metal. That's
He had
unfortunate for
dropped
him.
one behind that spool there, but Vexen took it out when we leaped over
okay.
the rock.
Very good, I missed that.
Yeah,
He
still
switched
back in
to a
the same
proper.
spot.
That's why he switched to a full sentry as well. If he wasn't on.
Yeah,
Here
Vexen
comes
just
an
popped
Uber.
over that
There's an
rock.
Uber at the rock as well as an Uber. These are well coordinated. The Uber coming off rock side at the same time as the soldier up the center with the banner. Everything timed to work perfectly by Esquire. However, that's not enough to walk through CTB. CTB takes out one side of the push. Working now on the other side of it. So guys, from Cat Square, the fact that that didn't quite work the way they were planning. It was well timed, well put together, couldn't ask for better, except for the fact that CTB was ready for it. And we see a mini sentry now coming out again on defense.
CTB pushed up pretty far into that front courtyard.
Dangerous move as they do have people behind them who could go to the point if they want. Backyard does have an enemy and offensive mini sentry.
Other than the spawn waves, it's pretty much just blue and green and his mini at the point.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous thing because a mini sentry and an engineer can do some damage, but they can't hold off some of the pushes like we've seen Esquire doing. The Esquire perhaps, or sorry, CTB perhaps confident because for a moment there they had the tunnel cleared, but that's not lasting as we see Esquire moving back into the tunnel. The charge being built up there, a bit over 70%, 78 in fact, Chewyham has. And they're about to take an Uber behind the CTB line if CTB does not back up rapidly.
Heavy medic charged in that right tunnel.
And we
for
see
Esquire.
carry also 100%, double charges again. CTB and Esquire, CTB at 100% and 95%, about to be double Uber as well. These two teams have been slugging back and forth with Ubers all night long. Esquire in particular being extremely effective at having everything charged together. And here comes the first attack. Usually means we're going to see the second any moment.
They're coming out that
Air
gate.
blasting. Yep, and here comes the second one on the opposite side. It was a little bit behind where maybe they wanted it, but that's going to be a good Uber. That's going to get the final. Gun goes down, and they're pulling back.
Shut
Chased
the gun
by
in the
these-
dispenser.
Dancing around both sides, keeping the entire team occupied. And eventually they have to pull back, but they keep their medic alive through that. Carrie gets away alive, still saves another 12%, I believe she had, of the next Uber. However, what we see is that on the Teabaggers, Mateo did not have to pop his Uber, and Coyote is already back to 70%.
Of course, getting that dispenser is big because there's only that half metal box on the ground near the final point as Blue and Green tries to rebuild.
That is, he actually is built now up topside where there's another pair of those that he can run to. That sentry gun is in a fairly clever spot. It will catch a push unawares if it comes from that side. It has some fire against the point, not against all of the point. And it can be taken out pretty rapidly at close range if somebody has warning that it's there. But an interesting point, and keeping it fresh, keeping it surprising. That's not a place you would typically see a gun built on a pub server. And it's also a spot we have not seen yet tonight, which is a good thing, because anytime you start repeating yourself, the team's just going to repeat tactics that beat you. He pulls the dispenser up to... He's going to really fortify that upper level area. The place he just placed that dispenser is pretty good, but unfortunately for him, that also is going to block the sentry gun's line of fire against people who are flanking him down the front mezzanine. So something to be aware of. As here comes a soldier on rock side. We have not seen Esquire be at all shy about pushing on the rock side. However, this is a good defense. We're seeing CTB is buying back a lot of time right now.
Again, fairly aggressive. Uber Pyro.
They Uber Pyro off the rocks. I like it. Pyro with an Uber is extremely effective against sentries that are on the ground level. That's where all the sentries they've run into so far have been. This one not on the ground level, so it wouldn't have worked. But changing it up on offense as well as defense. What they were trying hasn't been done.
His gun's picking off some people, so they're going to know where it's at now.
That it is. It caught them unawares. That took out some valuable impact players on Esquire.
We'll see if he leaves it in place or tries to sneak it somewhere different.
He moves the Spencer slightly.
So he's staying put.
Yeah. Upgrading it as well. Sentry chirping as I think that's Garrett peering around the edge. He's getting chased down. He's trapped outside the gate. He's going to go down. 100% for the Uber on carry.
A little bit of a base going up there in that tunnel for Esquire. They've got a level 3 sentry and a tele up now.
Chuham at 95, carry at 100. You know there's going to be an attack coming soon. Mateo at 80% is the closest that the defense has. He'll likely get that charge just in time to face at least one of the attacking Ubers, which I imagine will be here at any moment.
Well, it looks like they're both going to come out of that gate from that right side tunnel of Esquire. Ooh, Uber Heavy coming in for CTB, trying to take out the tunnel base.
That's an excellent move by CTB. Anticipating now, let's see if they're able to... They push people out into the sentry gun. The sentry goes down. We'll see if they have enough left to defend or if they overextend it. It looks like they overextended. They overextended. Oh, wow. Lonely Tentacle getting the defense. Nice skeet shot there by Zuki. That... Wow, that almost just bit them about as hard as they could be bit.
That was a great sneak attack. Right as Esquire had their double Uber preparing to roll out of the tunnel, they come in from the bottom with that banner and the Uber Heavy.
It was a great sneak attack that nearly cost them the round. I guess that's the difference, though, between a great sneak attack and a failed one. It can be just a split second, and in that case, it was a fortuitous shot by Lonely Tentacle to wipe somebody off the point just before it would have been capped. And then Zuki and I believe Mateo getting back there in time to help clean up the rest of the attackers.
They need that partial cap to roll back there quickly.
They do indeed. That did, however, just buy them a couple minutes of time that Esquire spent setting that whole big attack up. The timing worked out to the second. Couldn't have been better for CTB.
Blue and Green focusing on his dispenser instead of the gun, trying to get it up to help his teammates.
It's a good Engie. He has confidence in his teammates. It looks... Is he going to... Oh, he's going for the metal up top side. Let's see where he's going to build this time.
He's already got his gun on the point there. On the point.
Aha. Yet another spot we haven't seen one yet in this match. Uber coming in. The Uber's already off. It was timed with a banner, but it got separated a little bit upstairs. Ooh, offensive sentry gun going up. However, it's going to get wiped out. It came after the attack. That is a brutally effective sentry position if you can pull it off, as it fires directly down the ramp towards spawn as well as clearing the entire final area. During an active push, it's a legitimate tactic, and I've never seen it lose once it's built, but it didn't get built.
I'm a fan of this position that blue and green's using right here, but I like to put my dispenser underneath the stairs there, because you can still get the benefits of it.
Agreed. I was about to say the same. It looks like he's going to move it forward, a little more useful place for the rest of his team. He kept it as long as he needed to get his gun up. Now he's setting it up as a step and as a boost for his squad. Also helps not to have them in the same place in case of sticky bombs and such like that. Yeah, under the stairs is a very nice, well-protected spot. Some people consider it a glitch because you're building on the small crossbar. The rest of it is a no-build area. However, it's been there since day one of the map. Valve hasn't patched it in 7 or 8 years. They probably are okay with it.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a legitimate.
A little under 3.5 minutes left. CTB pulling off a phenomenal defense.
It's a issue going on right now.
Sorry, you're breaking up a little there, Flash. Ah, the pings, yes. Ah, pings all across the board, spiking high. That's affecting a lot of people on both teams. Looks like CTB slightly fewer people affected by it. But this is similar to what we saw in a previous week. Oh, down goes the sentry gun. Blue and green, one of the people with high pings, he gets wiped out. Where people in TeamSpeak as well as on the server are having connection problems. It only lasted about a minute last time, so I'm sure we'll see it fade away shortly. But that's a pain. One of those things that happens in competition play. Can't really handle it. It's just somewhere out on the internet. We see some people affected, others not affected. Servers are in different locations as well, so we know it's not the Cup server. We got one in Texas and one in California. Some people being affected to both, others not being affected to either.
Looks like it's
all dropped back to normal. Just 1 or 2 pings left that are a bit high. Under 2 minutes remaining. CTB now needs to not get cocky. They need to stay doing what they've been doing, defend the final point, and not let people get behind them. Obviously, here comes a Uber Pyro in the backfield. They need their own Pyro back there fast.
Blackhawk has a level 3 sentry in that kind of forward courtyard there. That's going to surprise CTB if they're not ready for it.
Yeah, we see some attempts to shoot it down, however Sparky gets pushed off. CTB needs to stay on the final here, because if they can hold here, all they need to do is capture the point in any amount of time, and there goes that gun, goes down and back in. And they'll have the win. However, if they give up the point, that means they have to cap even more themselves. So CTB definitely needs to hold here. They need to stay on the point if they want to get this hold.
Bad break for Blackhawk there. Had that aggressive sentry and was trying to jump off one of the little crates back up for more metal and got taken out by his own gun aiming at an enemy.
That is a danger with an NG. Sometimes good players are able to deliberately do that to you. You can see spies who are particularly good. Here comes another Evil Pyro. Will do that deliberately, and he gets skywalked by the sentry. That's over. Nice job there, and oh, the gun goes down, but not till it deals with McFool. 18 seconds that Teabaggers need to stay in. And Esquire obviously needs to push. Here comes their last attackers. They need to get on that point and be capping when time runs out, or it's over. Well, for their efforts, they still have a defense. They do have several on the point now. Zuki stays alive. Oh, look at that! All-time done. And McFool with the expiration capture.
Wow.
This is why you never give up, and that hurts if you're the teabaggers.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Nicely done by McFool. Charging in there, getting the kill on the final survivor, and then capping the point with 0 on the clock. Most impressive. Esquire relentless in their attack.
CTB's got to make sure they don't get distracted by that.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Absolutely.
They had that feeling of victory there to have it snatched away. They got to make sure they're focused in and ready to go on this third stage.
Yeah, they do. And let's see, we're getting this. Okay, the teleporter going in the kind of hidden look, and there's that mini sentry defending.
Mission begins
We'll see how it
in 10
goes.
seconds.
Blue and green's like that.
5, 4,
He is.
No, no, don't.
3,
Go ahead.
2, 1.
I don't like the mini sentry when there's no call for it, but well, they're doing all right so far. They won the first one doing that. See what they do this time. Okay, the initial push rejected. We see some air blasting going left and right. However, nobody goes down on either side. Both teams still have an Uber. First kill, Esquire. McFool from Esquire taken out by Tentacle, and the mini sentry taken out by Vexen in return. Oh, deflect kill. Carpe takes out the medic carry. That, as a soldier, there's no worse feeling than firing the rocket that's deflected to kill your own medic. But credit to Carpe for that one. There's an Uber pop. It's on a demo. He's getting bounced around enough it's not going to get very far. The Carpe being Ubered by Mateo in return.
Really burned up the time though on that last point. Only 3 minutes here.
Yes, that time they burned on the last one still is helping them here. But yeah, we'll see if Esquire can put a couple more minutes on the clock by getting this first cap or not. This first cap's hard to hold when you have only one NG in particular,
The control point has been
because those demo jumpers, like what we just saw, can keep on hopping across over and over again. But CTB doing a great job of defending this time around.
Very hectic battle scene.
Everybody on the fire. Looks like Teabaggers are the ones that come out on top, though. They have all players remain standing versus 6 on the other team. Oh, they just lost one. But 2 minutes 15 remaining. Blue and green, tenacious, building that Spencer back up over and over again so his team has resources. He's getting hit from behind. There's a Snidely made it back onto the teleport exit, taken out by Coyote and giving him an Uber in the process from the Uber saw kill.
Yeah, they're on to that dispenser location now.
Oh yeah, and there are not enough defenders left to hold here. It's time for CTB to hold the backfield, I think. Unless Mateo pulls off a miracle right there. He's not going to do it, but very nicely done. 20-50, and that gives them an extra 5 minutes to work with as they attack final. Oh, Lonely Tentacle was in the backfield, probably running around in the building, able to help clean up some of the attackers there, but wasn't available when the point was getting hit.
He was in that front little courtyard, got separated from the medic, and was just trying to do damage from the backside. Going for another strong corner defense here.
It's a good idea. Every minute they can buy is going to help. The first one, it looked like Esquire didn't have much for defense, but then we saw them put together a truly heroic defense on the second round. So we know they could easily hold for a very long time.
Well, when we got to this point in the first round, they had about 12 minutes, I believe, to get it done. Only 5.
And right now, this attack has taken longer than most complete first-round attacks combined. So this is a long, slow slugging match that we're looking at this time, rather than the fast rolls. And that was a clean out of the forward base. CTB wiping out the entire attacking base position. They need to be careful not to let themselves be exposed to a spy through the tunnel. You see Reaper going down to watch that area. Quick move through the tunnel would be lethal at this point. They don't even have a sentry watching back because they only have the one.
Yeah, no one on that final point at all.
Reaper just lighting up the tunnel. Yeah, Snidely keeping an eye down below, receiving some splash damage. So he knows somebody's watching at least. But dangerous, brave move by CTB. Reaper goes forward, knocks out Snidely, and is pulling back. CTB really in control all the way to the tunnel mouth, but they don't have tunnel mouth itself, so they can't be confident about what their backfield is.
Neither team running a spy at this point.
Here comes the Uber.
Esquire is down a player.
Good catch, they are indeed. So Blackhawk is no longer attached, is he? I believe he's the one that's disconnected now.
Yeah, that is correct. Blackhawk is dropped.
Not going to help Esquire's push, obviously, to be down a man.
And with Daryl having to leave unexpectedly, it looks like they don't have anyone else ready to jump in. Blackhawk coming back on the scene now.
They're building up their Ubers. They have two Ubers that are going to be simultaneously ready, and there's not going to be an Uber ready to counter them if they attack immediately. You're going to have a heavy and probably a demo man would be the likely pair coming in. Here it comes. There's nothing available to counter. Nearest one is 85. It's being hunted down. Garrett. And here come the jumpers. Counter jump. Ooh, nice crit by Sparky, taking out Cat Square. However, Mateo went down without being able to get his Uber up during that last attack. Coyote is also down. There's only a soldier and a demo left. They're both just spawning. This is going to be a cap out in 24-48 by Esquire. Going from almost not having .222, capping it with 0 time left in OT, to cap in the 6th, though in a very long 24-48.
Pulling that off, even short-handed, they desperately need Blackhawk back on defense, though.
Yes, they do. It's true, a very good job to pull off a short-handed end cap. Not at all easy to do. Vexed and Biker both suiciding at the front.
Mission begins.
Interesting, if they're doing that for the engineer, that would imply the engineer is going to be at the front. And we see Snidely on engineer, not one of his normal classes.
Blackhawk had been playing engineer for him. I'm wondering if Snidely switched when he dropped.
Must have, because that means that now they're going to be stuck off-classing until a convenient moment to change, which might not happen until the map change. Or until the round change, rather, the mini-round.
3, 2, 1.
Teabaggers moving in immediately, pushing to see if they can do with their advantage here. There is no sentry gun on the first. Here comes the heavy. It meets a pyro. Pyro combo has the slight Uber advantage.
Control point is being contested.
There's the cap in 24-25.
Being a man down here is really going to hurt him.
Yep, they have the sentry gun up, but here comes a push. Kerry has an Uber ready on the defense. There is no Uber ready on offense. Defensive Uber is popped. You see, what on earth, seeing Garrett doing a taunting Not sure if that's a graphical glitch I'm seeing. I'm seeing a Congo wall attacking.
And here's Blackhawk back.
And we see Blackhawk come in as a spy. Rest assured, that is a glitch we're seeing. Garrett is not actually conga dancing while he is fighting. That was merely a graphical problem. Pretty awesome looking though. But no more power play, as it were. Teabaggers need to just push hard and get in there. They need to take momentum with them as they go forward. Double Ubers prepared over on Carpe Teabaggers. 1 and almost a second ready to receive them. So how these work out, see a damaged sentry gun. Here they both come at once. The air blast being effective at shoving them back. Sentry gun still up. Gun goes down now. Both defensive Ubers still active. Defensive Ubers last longer. Looks like they've driven off most of the attack.
Very nice demo work by Bex in there, trying to get the retreating CTB players.
Yes, excellent job indeed. They rallied together. They were slightly down on the Ubers, but that might have worked to their advantage with the second one prepping up just as it was needed. So it lasted longer than the others.
Alert! The final control point is being contested.
Ooh, nice shot. Sparky takes out Chewy Ham with the Crockett. Here comes another push in the center. It's only a level 1 sentry. If they can get it in, if they can take out Garrett, they're going to have a very good chance here.
Defensive Pyro Uber.
Sentry gun is down. Oop, there's the defensive Uber, as you called. And here comes the offensive Uber. They return it. This is it. They've got it. 21-16. So they're a little a little behind the pace of this round so far.
Of course, CTB put up their big defense on the second stage here, so that's where we'll see the biggest swing.
Absolutely correct. I believe we're looking at 3:32 is their time to point to, as opposed to 2:28. We'll see what CTB can do on this first point, and then, yeah, that second point, point 2-2. On that point alone was 13 minutes and 59 seconds.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Biker came in and suicided, but no one's picking up his medal.
Always important to coordinate those things. Where is their engineer? Blackhawk, so they have switched Blackhawk back onto NG.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
I don't see him. That's bad news for the defense.
He is building it too. He is building it too.
1.
Odd decision, but we'll see how it works out for them. They might be good enough that they can defend without it at the first point.
He's got a level 3 gun up on top of the rock, and the dispenser's already up in the corner.
Top of the rock is an interesting spot. It's a dangerous spot because it's susceptible to long-range rocket fire from several positions that it can't hit. However, it's not susceptible to things like pyros who just can't reach it.
He just took out one lieutenant and tried to hop all the way to the back.
Nice.
Obviously was not expecting the gun.
Yeah. However, the fact that somebody went to the backfield and got killed by it now means that CTB, who is on the point, now knows where it is before they get there.
Exactly. Lieutenant was a demo from the long range of that gun probably pretty easily with no one else there to distract him. Blackhawk working on his entrance now.
CTB just needs to push a slight bit harder and they'll be on this. Mateo with an Uber ready. And here it comes. They're going to walk onto the point. It's going to take out that sniper in the backfield, and that's the last real threat they have to worry about right here. Time for them to work on point 2. 1958.
Blackhawks ready with a level 3 sentry and dispenser.
Okay, one soldier can take that out from that right where we're seeing. Just like that, the gun is gone. All that work. Sacrificing having a gun at the beginning for a soldier who knew right where it was taking it out. It's a good spot. It's a tricky spot. But oh, look at that. We see a soldier on the point. Now there's an Uber Pyro fighting him back, but there's a big push going to be coming in right here, and this is advantage CTB if they can stay alive to kill these defenders. They don't have respawn. Oh, we see a second Uber, though. Second defensive Uber. Enough CTB stayed alive. I think we might see another push now that it's down. Oh, see a mini sentry coming in. And a regular level 1 starting to get set up as a defense.
Carpe went in for his signature extinguisher kill and got met by an Uber Heavy.
That is not a situation you want to see as a pyro. Not with your axe out.
I'm not sure he's gotten one of those tonight. He's probably still looking.
Haven't seen one tonight. It was a nice job there by the pyro breaking up that Uber demo that otherwise most certainly would have wiped out that little gun. Time for some spam from the other side. Faulty Fuse could fire over the top side if he has the range on that and take out the sentry quite easily. But there's a lot of folks over there trying to keep him from getting to that spot on the right. Sentry's up to level 2. You see Coyote's Uber has been deployed. Mateo's at 70 in building. Chewyham on the other side, 100, and a carry has popped hers, Ubering soldier. Sentry gun has been moved, level 3, onto the top of the point. You see some shots coming in. Gun goes down again. Sparky cleaning the gun out from the Uber. Chewy now with an Uber ready. Oh, Coyote gets taken out. McFool with the shotgun chases down and kills the medic.
Blackhawk now trying to move his dispenser into that hidden spot under the stairs.
Yep.
Putting the gun right above it. Carpe's gone spy now.
Interesting to see what he'll try to pick, if he's going to go after the sentry gun or if he's going to try and knock out one of the combos.
He was running through that lower mid tunnel, but I lost him on the other side.
Yep,
there
he is in the low center right now. Stuck his nose out and pulled back, probably hiding on the wood pile at the moment, would be my guess. Here comes an Uber up the side. That's a demo going in. Long range shots. They take out the Spencer, and the gun goes down as well. As here comes a mini sentry being set up as an offensive attack weapon that will see the point and help them. That demo needs to climb up on the point, and he hasn't. Oh, there's an Uber Pyro. They need their own Pyro when they're to air blast back. They're just dancing around waiting for the opportunity. There it is, waiting for the opportunity to kill those people. Alright, here we are at 1620. 1620 remaining on the clock, which means their total time is 8:28 versus 18:03 to the same point in return. So they have the advantage by almost 10 minutes here. They're going to be trying hard.
There's 16 minutes to get this map finished out. I think they've got a great chance of pulling that off.
I'd say the odds are in their favor. They moved very efficiently through it last time. They clearly know how to. Esquire are going to have to change up their defense. They didn't get a chance to practice their defense on this one in the second half because it didn't come this far, or in the second period. So here in the third period, they're going to have to try and remember back to what went wrong in the first and alter that. Looks like we may again be looking at no engineer on the front.
We can see Cat Square, the soldier for Esquire, just let his team know he's going black box to try to take some pressure off the medics.
5, 4,
Clever
3,
move. Having a self-healing soldier, very beneficial here. Here comes the first Uber. It's the Pyro going up the center. They know by now there's no sentry gun that covers the point. There's only a sentry gun up in the small balcony. Any demo can now jump across, as we just saw. Lonely Tentacle does. However, unfortunately, he was on fire, so he burns to death before he can do anything. But now there's a mini sentry through the window. CTB right now should be tasting blood. They know this first point is vulnerable.
I'm not a big fan of that gun location. It just doesn't have enough field of view.
It's not a good gun location, in my opinion, when you only have one gun. It's effective if it's combined with one over by the woodpile. Look at that sticky bomb! Boom.
That's a very good point. When you've got two guns, that's a great spot.
Yeah, when you have one by the woodpile, but one... Exactly. Solo NG, it just doesn't cover what you need it to cover. Two NGs, it creates the most brutal crossfire you can imagine. It is a popular spot, of course, because it's much harder to reach than anywhere else, and there's nowhere you can shoot it from that it can't shoot you, at least partway on the way. But the fact that it doesn't cover the objective is the big killer in my mind. There was a time that was the place to build, you know, early on. First few years of playing Dust Bowl, nobody would build anywhere else. It was just, that was proper. But over time, people learned, wait a minute, there are much better ideas out there. And, oh, another big sticky verse. We've seen a lot of those. Snidely getting them, Vex getting them. Saw earlier...
double defensive Uber pushing up aggressive there.
They're trying to shove that team all the way down through there. They need to do anything they can to buy time, and I guess that's a good way to do it. Try and keep the other team from being able to attack. Nice shot by Biker.
They smartly fall back as soon as the Ubers expire.
I'm surprised to see this lasting this long with the gun in that position. They're spending a lot of time trying to ground push the gun in the corner rather than attacking over it. Cat Square with the critical, taking out Coyote in the side tunnel around the corner, wasn't even visible to him, and he gets the medic kill.
Uber demo comes out here.
Yeah. He's going after the gun. He takes out the gun, and we do see folks on the point. They almost cap it out. While people were worried about the Uber demo, they almost captured that point. Right now, with that gun down, the team split up. We should be seeing more jumpers going across. There's only one defender. Here's another jumper. He went the wrong way. I don't know why they keep attacking that way instead of going after the point. They need to go get that. Here comes the jumper. But another one. They need to just keep helping them out. Need a couple at a time. There we go. Sparky finishes off the cap with about 13:27 remaining. And so it comes down to this, the attack on the final point. That little timer in the top center. If CTB can take the final point before that timer hits 0, CTB will be the 2014 Ville Cup champions. If Esquire can hold off CTB and can run that timer out to 0 without losing the final point, Esquire will be the 2014 Ville Cup champions. So, very appropriately, it comes down to this, the last possible point in the last possible match between two teams with even win-loss records. This is a good match, folks. A good match.
Speculation in the broadcast chat that this may be the longest finals match ever in Ville Division.
The fact that it's 3 rounds of Dust Bowl, I believe that's probably true. The second round being so short certainly makes it possible that there's some other rounds that have been as long, but this is going to be up there, that's a fact. Dust Bowl has been used as the final before. I don't recall which year, so I don't... Oh, nice stab! Carpe taking out Carry and dropping an Uber in the process. Carpe has a spy in the backfield. He's still loose.
He's low on health. He's hiding at the moment. Oh, he's lined up perfectly on that. Oh, but he's going to go for it. Garrett backed right up to him, but Carpe didn't fight. Hear
them calling the spies. He's waiting for those medic picks. Almost. Oh, he got turned around on that one, or rather the medic turned around on him. Chewy Ham spinning to face. Or possibly carry. It looks like, oh, yep, that was Chewy. At level 1. Oh, it's taking fire from across. Yep, it's a vulnerable spot. CTB is pushing an Uber, pushing 2 Ubers in on the final. They're on the final point. They're tasting it. They need to get on there and turn their Ubers off. Turn their Ubers off and they will get cap credit. There it is. CTB is the 2014 Ville Cup champion.
2014 Ville Cup champions. Great season, everybody. Great matches. It was a ton of fun to watch. I know everybody in the broadcast is having a great time.
That was fantastic, and I am going to...
You have an interview, Carpe.
Our victorious Carpe T Baggers, the 2014 Ville Cup champions. Congratulations, guys.
Hello, Alize.
Thank you very much.
I love you, Flash.
Yay.
Good work, all of you. So how are you feeling? That was a long slog. Obviously, you did great in the first round. The second round, what? And then coming back in the final one, very impressive. So how you guys feeling?
Very good. Very happy.
Not sure it's
That's
sunk in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun during it.
You missed the cheer as the point capped. That was the highlight, I think.
I've heard one of those cheers in person before.
Across the room.
I understand.
On the floor.
So Carpe, you're the captain of this. I got to harass you a bit. This is your 7th TF2 Ville Cup, your 3rd time as a captain, and you've done it. You've taken home the Spinny Trophy.
Yes, I have.
Monkey off the back?
A little bit.
So what was your plan going into tonight? How did you guys plan for this, facing down a team that, as I think everybody knows, is pretty experienced on this map?
Yeah, this Esquire is pretty dusty. I'll give him that. But we've been playing the same sort of game that we've been playing since day one. I mean, all about trying to keep ourselves alive, trying to do as much area control as we can, and just keeping each other informed of what's going on. All about communication.
Mateo, I'll harass you as well, since you're the lieutenant on this fine outfit. You've tasted victory before, twice, the last 2 years. This is your 3rd consecutive year on the winning team. That puts you one of now only, I believe, 4 people to have done that. How does it feel? What's your secret?
Well, my secret was being drafted by good captains all 3 years, so I have to give Inner and Carpe and Mark credit for that. So
modest to the end, even though we know you're a prime tactician, always have been.
Ping.
I say that ping was a pretty bad spike, affected everybody. Other folks on the team, thoughts, feelings, anybody jump in, anything you want to say?
They didn't let me use quick fix as much this game. I'm very disappointed.
You like...
Well, I like keeping people alive. I know you, in a lot of the broadcasts, you remarked on how fights would get crazy and we would emerge with more people alive more often than not.
That you did, and did again tonight.
That was the quick fix. We ran a quick fix almost the entire tournament. I was just concentrating on keeping people healthy and doing it quickly so they could get away from me and go do something useful.
Now there's a career medic talking. So, I was commenting before the broadcast, you guys were the most veteran Ville Cup team there is in terms of the most Ville Cups played. You average almost 3.5 Ville Cups each in terms of your experience. Pretty darn impressive. It seems to have paid off tonight. You slugged it out throughout the entire cup, and what a win. Nicely done. Any other final thoughts from anybody on the team?
Esquire was awesome. I mean, that second hold they did, I mean, that was a thing of beauty. So
that really was. They'll be studying that one for a while.
And no, Esquire played a great game. That was by no means easy for us. They gave us the most hard-fought win, and we had to earn every second of that tonight.
They were such a wall.
Hats off to them, absolutely.
One last thought. You guys did your own pretty solid wall of defense there in the final round on .22. They capped it out with no time in overtime, but you held that point for 13 minutes and 59 seconds. That point alone. How did you do that? What did you do? Something clicked, it seems.
We kept the courtyard.
Smart use of Ubers, smart use of keeping the courtyard was the biggest thing, because they were really trying to get that courtyard, and we just never let them get a foothold there. Because if you lose the courtyard, your days are numbered. But no, that was good. With our Uber management, we made sure to keep our Ubers back so we could use them defensively, and just never let them get an inch of ground.
Well played.
And since we're in constant communication, we knew where they were, we knew where the pushes were coming, and we could counter push precisely where we needed to.
Yeah, they were attacking with double Ubers plus a banner most of the time throughout the night. They had their timing down, but it seems like you guys had your timing down to match that really quite effectively. That was impressive, because there's not a lot of people that could withstand that.
Usually, instead of, as they would blow both their Ubers at the same time, we would usually stagger our Ubers. Usually a lot of time it would fall on me as Pyro to disrupt them and do as much as we can to break it up and just mitigate any damage or havoc that would come from those Ubers, and then following that we would follow up with the second Uber, which would then mop things up.
Leave you guys to your celebrations. Congratulations once again to the Carpe Teabaggers, the 2014 Ville Cup champions.
Thank you, Alize.
I'm disappointed the correct pronunciation of our name got out so quickly.
It really did.
Uh-huh.
Same to you, Alize.
Thanks.
Impressive performance by both Esquire and CTB, but in the end, CTB comes out on top. Awesome work. A big thank you to Flash, Plaz, Plinko, Sultan, all the admin crew that helped run the event. Thanks to our captains, our lieutenants, our players, and thank you to all of you for being here with us at the Ville broadcast. Big congrats going out to all of our various teams that participated this year. We had Goat Theft Anonymous with KK Pyro and Checkmate. We had Fist with Bronze Fox and Inner. We had Tool with Soup Nazi, Black and Blue and Zorvius. GCI with Eumoria and Damitz. Esquire with Snidely Whiplash and Vexen. And CTB, our champions this year, with the Carpe and Mateo.